Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Ready, break.
Check, 59, 59.
Hey, wahoo!
You better be afraid of me. Mike's 59. Mike's go.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Let him know.
To throw on 2nd down, Rutherford. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Hey, exit.
Check, 59. Hey, we heavy on the
Get it.
On 3rd and 2, Rutherford. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Run it. 57 to Mike. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
They'll run on 1st down. Carmichael. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Delgado. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here, the first sack of the season? Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
On 2nd down now, it's Bishop. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it's 3rd down.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Big ass.
Hey, echo. Big grip.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Well, the 2nd down throw on target. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
That's complete. It's Gordon. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the 1st half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. If they can't come up with something here, they're looking at a quick 3 and out.
Well, guess what? You get the ball in the hands of your best player to his favorite play and try and salvage something out of this drive. Now, of course, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're thinking the exact same thing. So they better provide him some help on this one.
Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now it's Jackson under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Jannard Avery picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's get off the field, D. No. Watch the edge. You go trap. You got tape. You got go.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see? Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up. And now look at him go. He's at the 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Lions. In for the score, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return, where they didn't create a penalty? Oftentimes in that type of a scrambling situation, someone will clip, someone will block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. On second and 12, Jackson. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
18 Gators. 55 to Mike. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Mike, 50 down.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Hey, Delta. Ready?
From the gun, Rutherford. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
10 Logan. Hey, Haywood.
Stop here, D. 55's Mike, got 55.
Leo. Spike.
On first down, it's Gordon. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Mike is 59.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. 22 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it, or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bishop. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 21.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete here.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Here we go, 50, 50, Mike 50.
From the gun, Jackson. And he'll find Hall. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now a first carry for their fullback. And they're going to stop him here short of the goal line with the flag down. Well, this could set up a very interesting decision. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. To throw is Jackson. That's taken in by Henderson. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Adam Shaheen there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Rutherford eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Hey, orbit.
2nd and 6. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And the ball is knocked out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And some room to maneuver. There he goes left side. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they didn't.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Don't get nervous.
Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Gordon. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. And able to find Aiken, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Jackson will throw again. Going for the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And this one is right down Broadway. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Let's go. 50, plant. Hey, high 7.
Let's go one more. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 50.
Ready?
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Hey, Charlie. 5.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rutherford. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. On third down, Gordon. And an alley to run. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ready.
Check, 59. Tackles.
Hey, wahoo! Get it.
Off play action. Rutherford rolling to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. From the pistol, they run with Gordon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal.
Partner's been my experience that after 2 stops like that near the goal line, defenses only become bolder. They don't back off at all. I think they continue to bring pressure and force them to make a really big play against them.
And the incompletion, then the run for no gain. Let's see now. Being chased out left toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Lambo is good, and that will tie things at 17 all. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal, and yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd and 7, Jackson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Jackson operating from the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hall. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Henderson now on 1st and 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one a first down pickup of 8. Jackson now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Bishop. 20. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 41 yards as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Hey, Echo.
Off the play fake. Rutherford. They'll roll him out right. Going to take a shot for Gallup. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. The 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 49 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will get him one closer. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Set the tone, defense.
Now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Ready, ready.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Ready, ready.
To throw again. Rutherford going to take a shot for Gallup. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe when they're looking some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Here comes the Lions punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And the Seahawks first down.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jackson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Jackson now from the gun. He'll throw. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. A PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
I'm coming out to you. I'm coming out to you.
Throwing on 1st down. Rutherford escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
2 jet bombers. 2 jet bombers. Hey, Delta.
Throwing again. Rutherford. And the grab by Croft. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Lions on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Rutherford. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Smooth. Get it.
On 4th down, Rutherford. Flushed out right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Watch the pass.
Now a carry here for the fullback. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
From the 24, Jackson. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. And to give this time to the tailback. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Badgley's kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
From the gun on 3rd down. Rutherford eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Monte Nicholson picks it. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles?
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Set up. 70, Indy.
We got 4. We got 4.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they were able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Got it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Ready, ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Flush to his right. And that's complete to Croft. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And that catch number 100 for his young career. And remember, only in his second season, the future bright. Looking to throw. Rutherford. He's going to look deep for his running back, Gordon. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to the air on second down. Rutherford escaping the pressure right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And this one also slow and developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
60 outlaw.
They'll keep it on the ground. Carmichael. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
High 7. Shoot.
To throw again. Rutherford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man. It's Payne inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A big play there. With his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Back to throw. Rutherford looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
At the 24-yard line.
So the victory here for Seattle. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Seahawks, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jackson.